Good morning, Enid. It's Thursday, May 19th. Thank you for joining us on this kind of a cloudy, drizzly, rainy, cool morning. It's May, but it's 51 degrees. We're glad that you're with us. We are in the spirit of basketball and NBA, and is that dangerous that you're holding a basketball?
No. A lot less dangerous than if you were holding it.
True. I'm Steve Keim. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Ashley Keim.
We've got, it's our NBA show, and we do this once a year, and we have one of our favorite persons, fans, basketball players, NBA player in the house this morning. We appreciate our special guest being here with us today.
Yes, so stay tuned. We are glad that you are back on this beautiful Thursday, and it is time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Welcome back to our NBA show. Thank you for joining us. It's a cool 51 degrees out there. It was sprinkling when I came in this morning from the farm.
Yes, me as well.
And high today is going to be around 65 degrees. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I understand off camera, you said you were a record holder in basketball. So maybe I just played from time to time. But I can spin that on my nose.
Sure.
So tell us about your records, Ashley.
Well, we don't really need to get too into detail with
Let's
that.
put you on record, on camera. Most technical fouls, the quickest thrown out of the game. What was the record?
Well, I told you, I held the most trips. I fell down a lot, that kind of thing. But no, Steve, I was a very active sports player in high school, and basketball was definitely my favorite. So.
Well, we definitely have a record holder in the house, and besides that, just a good old guy.
Yes.
And we appreciate him being here with us. It's 7:32 right off the bat. Let's look at some current temps if we could. Let you know if you're traveling across the state of Oklahoma today, it's going to be kind of cloudy. But Orienta, home of Mayor Bill Shuey, was born in Orienta, and it's 52 degrees. St. Louis, I used to know a Baptist minister over in St. Louis, as in Oklahoma.
It doesn't
Now, I know you're from Nebraska, you're from the North Country, you're not familiar with Husky.
No.
My mom used to say Husky, that was big, kind of husky.
So she called you Husky?
No, I was a pretty small little kid. I was just all height, no substance, not like today. I found the substance today, So anyway, Penn, thank you for those temperatures. And golly, we're getting closer to Memorial Day, Ashley.
We are.
Which is another weekend away. So tell us about the 3-day temps. Friday, Saturday, Sunday's looking like what?
The 3-day forecast for this weekend, Steve, tomorrow it's going to continue to be cloudy, but we are going to get up into the high 70s. And the rest of the weekend is going to be the low 80s. It's looking like it's going to be sunny, maybe a little cloudy and windy, but otherwise warm. And, we're slowly heating up. So...
Okay, so I can pass the ball.
Right, nothing broke.
And nothing broke, and I'm so thankful that our guest caught that. Okay, well, let's do a special thing. Derrick and I met this young lady who's going to turn 100 years old on Sunday. Thelma, bless your heart. Derrick and I went to where she lived on South Cleveland here in Enid, and Mayor Shuey had sent her a birthday card, and Derrick and I went and took one of those Mike Clemmy Enid books, and she was just so appreciative. She turns 100 on Sunday. We wanted her to watch TV this morning, so we hope everybody in her apartment complex is watching. Here's some information about Thelma. Again, she's going to be 100 on Sunday. Funny thing, Ashley, when we were talking to her, she goes, well, my mom lived to be 103, so I got a ways to go. And she just said that so innocent, so fun. Anyway, she was born the eldest of 4 children in On May 22nd of 1916 in Wichita, Kansas. She attended Adams, Garfield, and Lincoln grade schools, graduated from Enid High School in 1934.
Goodness.
Way to go, Thelma. And she married John Rex Harper in 1940, and he passed away in 1990. She was a member of the Central Christian. She is a member of the Central Christian Church. Volunteered at St. Mary's Regional Medical Center for 19 years. They had one daughter, and she had passed away in 2007, so it looks like Thelma is kind of outliving everyone. And Thelma, we just wish blessings to you and the best to you, turning 100 on Sunday. So Derrick and I will come and check on you, and just thank you for allowing us to celebrate your birthday today. So I just want to make sure we talked about Thelma. Okay, absolutely. So what's next? I got the birthdays out of the way. Oh, by the way, yeah, if you're watching and special birthdays coming up, excuse me, let us know and we'll put it on the air.
Yes. And now I think it's time to check in with Derrick Silas, our bow tie guy. You know, I think he's got some thunder scores for us that aren't so great, but let's check in with Derrick.
Top headlines overnight were ODOT supervisor was killed after being struck by a vehicle in a construction zone, and a squabble between Democrats and Republicans in legislation leads to cigarette tax bill defeat. Oklahoma House passes bill to require new motor vehicle license plates, and voters will get a chance to give public school teachers pay raises ranging from $5,000 to $10,000 under proposals being analyzed by legislative leaders. In the NBA Western Conference semifinals, the games are tied 1-1, with Golden State scoring 118-91 over Oklahoma City Thunder last night. And on this day in history, 1994, America's former First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, dies. She is remembered for her sense of style, her redecoration of the White House, and for her work as a book editor in New York. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Goodness. A lot going on with Derrick, so thankful that he's here with us today. And did you see his bow tie? It's a beautiful blue bow tie today.
Excuse me as I look over this way. You know. It's kind of thunder blue.
It is.
He did wear thunder last week.
It is.
OKC Thunder logo.
Yes, and then also, Enid, just to remind you, don't forget about our email so that you can get in contact with us. It is gme@enid.org. We love to hear from you. Send us pictures, birthday shout-outs, just like our Thelma today. Happy birthday again. But we love to hear from you, so anything you've got for us. And I think we do have something today, Steve.
Speaking of pictures, we've got a puppy dog named Gordy.
Yes.
We want to welcome Gordy to the set today. There he is. My sister, who watches the show from over in the Stillwater area, Perry area. She watches it live streams, by the way, which reminds me, you can watch the show at enidtv.org. Anyway, she said, Steve and Ashley, why don't you put Gordy on TV and look at the feet? That's all I can say. He's got a sad look for a little puppy, but look at the feet. He's going to be a big dude. Anyway, that's Gordy, and I appreciate my sister sending that picture. Wow.
Yes.
Did you see those feet?
I saw those ears.
Those ears are going all the way to the ground. Anyway, my oldest sister, that's her proud son. And anyway, they have fun with those big old dogs. Okay, I think it's time for the elementary school menu. And I think we're running out of days. Your kids are out of school.
My kids are done. Their last day was last Friday. But today for Thursday, the kids at school will have a barbecue beef sandwich, onion rings, carrot sticks, a pickle spear, a banana, and some milk, Steve.
Pickle spear. Ooh, banana. Ugh. Ugh. Just the smell of bananas just makes you want to. Okay. Anyway, on Friday, it's looking a little bit better. What do we have on Friday? Chicken what?
Can you say that?
Taquitos?
Taquitos.
Taquitos? Yes. Sound like I went to the doctor and he said, Steve, I think it's taquitos. Anyway, chili cheese, refried beans, broccoli, too many B's in there, pineapple milk. I think Friday's the day. If you want to skip school, Friday's the day, because I don't know about that menu. But you didn't hear that from me at all. Well, at 7:39, I'd like to remind you, this Saturday is Armed Forces Day. And thank you, Penn. And Saturday's also my anniversary, again, May 21st, but Armed Forces Day. And then we got Decoration Day, Memorial Day. As a kid, we always called it Decoration Day, not necessarily Memorial Day, coming up next weekend. But anyway, Armed Forces Day this Saturday. Thank you to all of our men and women that have served, and are serving today. Okay, enough of us. Time for Jomara One-on-One at 7:40 on this Thursday morning, May 19th. Thank you for joining us. Here we go with One-on-One and Jomara.
Good morning, Enid. Our special guest today is Brent Price, former NBA player and Enid resident. Thank you, Brent, for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Just in time, we have the NBA fever, right? The playoff fever.
That's right.
And
right here in Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Which is different. You know, when I was playing, there was no Oklahoma team, so this is great. It's great to have this in Oklahoma.
Well, with the playoffs happening right now and all the excitement that's going on, can you tell me what the players are experiencing at this time?
Well, it's such a marathon season. You know, there's 82 regular season games. You have approximately 8 preseason games, and so it's just a grind on your body and on your mind. However, when the playoffs start, it's like you get this new energy, this newfound energy, and it just stems from all the level of excitement, the fans. It's like starting over. And so the players, they get tired, it's physical, they're getting banged up, but the energy of the playoffs is carrying them. That adrenaline that they're feeling right now is carrying them from game to game. The fans, the excitement that the fans bring, all that kind of breathes new life into them. So the playoffs are great. They're so different than the regular season. It's a totally different thing. So it's a lot of fun, it's very exciting, and this is going to be a great series.
Well, and it's just an honor just to make it to the playoffs.
It is.
Right?
Well, initially, but, you know, after a while, that's not good enough. You know how these teams, you know, when you're one of those teams that struggles to make it, it's an honor to make it. But when you're one of those teams that makes it, you're trying to win it. So that's the next step. You know, you never get satisfied. And that's where the Thunder are right now. They've been in the Western Conference Finals. They've even been in the finals, but they haven't won it yet. And so I think that is obviously the ultimate goal for any team, but for them, it could be a reality, but it's going to be a tough road. They've got to play well. So.
Well, let's hope that it becomes a reality.
Let's hope so.
And we were discussing before we started the interview, once you're there, how do you block everyone else on that court? Because it's a busy place, you know, people cheering for the other team, there's noise, there's excitement. How do you focus on playing a game versus the expectations of your fans? It's a lot of pressure.
Right. Well, it's all those repetitions you did over and over and over again, the practicing, so that when you're out there, you're not thinking about those things. You've got a job to do, you've got an assignment to do, all the practice that you put in. And what happens, for me as a player, I tell people, I never got over I was nervous before every game. And I said, if you're not nervous before a ball game, it's probably time for you to quit. But what happens is you're nervous before the game, but when you get out there and after you run up and down the court a couple times, break a little sweat, just all that stuff kicks in that you've been practicing and working on since you were a kid, and all that going on around you, it really doesn't affect those players on the court. It really doesn't. Maybe a pressure free throw down the stretch, they might mess a couple of guys up, but all in all, you're just out there playing ball, you know, just like you've practiced.
Right, it's a lot of discipline then.
Yeah, you got to do the practice beforehand so you're prepared. You're prepared to do what you got to do in the game no matter what's going on around you. So.
And now you played for several teams and could have retired anywhere, but you chose to come back home to Enid.
That's correct. So
can you tell us why?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And at one point I thought I might settle down in Houston. I was at Houston for 3 years, but at the end of the day, you know, I had an incredible experience growing up in this community. We moved here when I was 10 years old. My father was a coach, so we moved around a lot, and we landed in Enid. I thought it was just the next coaching stop on the tour, and as it turned out, we stayed here. And it was just a very positive place for me to grow up as a child. The way this community serves and gives, and I just loved being here as a kid. It was a great experience. So when it came time to settle down to a place where I wanted to raise my children, my wife is also from here. That's another thing. So we both had family here.
Good.
And at the end of the day, we just said, you know, if we have a choice of where we want to live and raise our kids, we want to be close to family. And then we wanted to be in an environment where we could control what was going on with our kids, and a place where other people would, they always say it takes a community to raise a child.
That's true. Yeah.
And I believe that we wanted to be in an environment and in a city, in a place that could help feed into our kids. And it also gives me a place to serve. So many people did things for my family and myself as I was growing up. And now I have an opportunity to go back out and give back to the community that gave to me. So all those things kind of allowed us to decide at the end that we wanted to be here and raise our family. And it's been a great experience for us.
Well, that's really nice. It's really great that you're giving back to the community that gave so much to you as a child. So that's really nice. Now, can you tell me if you have one memorable experience from the NBA that you can pick? Because I'm sure there must be many of those. Can you tell me which was your most memorable experience?
Well, my most memorable, and everyone that knows me knows what it is because I tell them every day, that my most memorable is I got to play against Michael Jordan. I played against him more than once, but my most memorable was my first team that I played for, the Washington Bullets, and it happened to be on Martin Luther King Day, and I always remember that because it was a 1 o'clock game on TV on a Monday, which was a really weird time to play a game, 1 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, because it was they had a game on Martin Luther King Day. And so on that day, I got to play against Michael Jordan, and he was guarding me, and I ended up having my career high. I scored 30 points, and I hit 6 for 6 from three-pointer, which started my record that I ended up setting. And it was against what I believe to be the best player to ever play the game against, well, until this year, the best team to ever play the game, until Golden State beat their record. But that's that adrenaline we're talking about. You know, you kind of raise to the level you're playing. But that was definitely a highlight of mine. So every Martin Luther King Day is my anniversary of my 30-point game. That's what everyone's really celebrating. But,
oh, that's really exciting. So do you celebrate with cake and
I'd like to, but
With a game.
nobody really cares but me. So I guess I'd be celebrating by myself. But no, it was definitely a thrill to be on the court. A lot of people still do. I do, because it was my era. Kind of believe Michael Jordan is still kind of the pinnacle of the NBA player. And if he's not the greatest, he's definitely right up there as one of the greatest. So big thrill for me, and great memory that nobody can take away from me. So.
Exactly.
But what I don't tell anybody, I do tell people occasionally, is I scored 30, but Michael Jordan scored 46. So
But you
I
did
didn't
30.
outdo him or anything,
Yeah.
you know. So
Now, you said that you had the three-point record, right? Do you still hold that record, consecutive 3
I
points?
still hold it. It was actually, believe it or not, tied the very next year. A guy tied it, so we co-hold it. Terry Mills, I believe, is who, and which is interesting because since that time it's been like 20 years and it still holds.
Wow.
And my son the other day looked it up to see if it was still there, and it's still there. So unless somebody in the last couple of weeks, which obviously we got a couple teams that are very capable, a lot of players, the way they're shooting a three-pointer right now. But so far, so good. I've been able to hold on to that. So that's been a kind of a neat thing to hold on to.
Well, that's excellent. Now, we are talking about when you played the game and nowadays. How do you think the game has changed in
Well,
this?
it has changed, and I think the guards have gotten bigger and stronger and more athletic. They're letting them be a little bit more physical out front than they did when we played. But I think one of the biggest changes is the three-point line. I mean, we had the three-point line, and it was definitely a part of the game plan. But we were on the old school way of you go inside out. So you go into the big man, and then once it was kicked out, then you'd look to shoot the three. And we didn't put up the numbers of threes they're putting up right now, and the numbers of threes they're hitting is amazing. You know, as a team, we might shoot, 10, 15 threes in a game. You know, the numbers of threes now we've got guys that are hitting 10 in one game, So that has changed, just that, how many threes teams are shooting and the high percentages that they're shooting. And I think Stephon Curry has really, been the pioneer that has led the change in that way in the NBA. And I think you'll start to see younger kids coming up, shooting deeper shots, shooting more threes, trying to emulate him. And so I think we're going to see that change in the game kind of be the new standard. And I wish I was playing when they were, I would have liked to put up more threes, than I was able to, because that looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, there are some differences, but every player likes to think their era was the best, so.
Right.
I think our era was the best, but no, this is some great players right now. Very exciting, fun to watch.
Now, other than the game and your family, one of your other passions is helping young adults, teenage kids, mentor them. Can you tell me more about it? And if someone wanted to get in contact with you, have you speak at a church or at school?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, I grew up here, and I always had different people speaking into my life, and I think it's so key, to reach out to our younger generation and use whatever platform, whatever influence we have to try to, help them and help them to learn to make wise decisions. And so, I'm always available if schedule allows to go out and speak and share. One of the biggest things I've been involved with the last few years is through Hope Outreach's abstinence tailgate program that they do for the 7th grade boys, where they bus in all the 7th grade boys from Garfield County and beyond, and I get the great task of talking to them about making wise choices in the sexual area of their life, but which is very important. But yeah, anytime I'm able to go out and share and speak into young people's lives and try to help them and encourage them, I'm willing to do that, and it's an honor to get to do that. I'm always amazed anybody would even want to hear what I have to say. So I'm always humbled by that opportunities. But the best way to get a hold of me probably is through my church, Emmanuel Baptist, and that number is 237-0602, and they can kind of get that message and get it to me, and then I will respond. So.
Well, wonderful. Brent, it was an honor having the opportunity to interview you. Thank you for making time to be with us today. And thank you at home for watching One-on-One with Jomara and the Good Morning Enid show.
Hello, my name is Scott Morris, and I serve as the Utility Services Manager. The function of Utility Services is to produce and maintain billing records for over 20,000 accounts and assist citizens with service or billing issues. Utilizing the latest technology, our meters are equipped with radios that transmit usage data for accurate billing cycles, which are billed monthly. If I can be assistance to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Great job, Jomara. Brent's we just appreciate his friendship with ETN and also what he's involved in the community. So what did you learn about Mr. Price?
Well, I had
Next
never
question.
never met him before, so it's just great to hear another perspective and another person who has such a love for basketball. So.
Very good.
Yes.
Good morning, Enid. 7:54. High today. If you're planning on the weather forecast, it's not going to be too warm. It's going to be 65, and according to the weatherman, there's going to be about a 60% chance of rain today. So keep that in mind. I'd like to remind you, in about 6 minutes, we have the State of the City address. Oh, thank you. I just looked up and saw the radar. Sorry about that. Northwest Oklahoma, it looked like we're getting a drink this morning, and we need the water. We always need the rain. We appreciate. So if you're traveling west, looks like the windshield wipers should be working for you. So anyway, let's remind everybody at 8 o'clock, Mayor Shuey's State of the City address. Heard a lot of comments about your role in that. Ashley, thank you for helping out on that.
Yes, it was
And
great.
but that's coming up at 8 o'clock. If you did not attend the mayor's State of the City address, you can watch it in the entirety at 8 o'clock this morning. So I think it's time for the Oklahoma Minute real quick.
I think
you
you're
think?
right. Just for a minute.
Just for a minute. So here at 7:55, let's bring back the bow tie guy one more time. Derrick?
ODOT supervisor was killed after being struck by a vehicle in a construction zone. And voters will get a chance to give public school teachers pay raises ranging from $5,000 to $10,000 under proposals being analyzed by legislative leaders. A squabble between the Democrats and Republicans in legislation leads to cigarette tax being defeated. In the NBA Western Conference semifinals, the games are tied 1-1 with Golden State scoring 118-91 over Oklahoma City Thunder last night. Game 3 will be Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And in 1967, on this day in history, the Soviet Union ratifies a treaty banning nuclear weapons from outer space. This agreement was yet another step toward limiting nuclear weapons. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Thank you so much, Derrick. It's always good to hear from you. And just to keep Steve from breaking something, let's go ahead and watch our pet promo this morning.
Hello, I'm Jessica. I'm the Adoption and Volunteer Coordinator here at Enid Animal Control. We have dogs, cats, puppies, and kittens of all shapes and sizes waiting for new homes here. So if you're in the market for a new family member, please consider adopting. We also have volunteer opportunities if your home is full but your heart still has room to help. Visit us at 1200 South 10th Street or call us at 580-249-4910.
He's been very entertaining while we've been gone. I'm glad that you got to see the pet promo. We encourage you to adopt any pets that you can.
We're on the air,
of course.
sorry.
Steve, do you have any plans for this weekend?
Not a plan at all. No.
I do.
I'm going
Sunday.
to be shooting baskets.
Sunday, Steve. The Beach Boys are coming to the event center, so I don't think it's
that's right.
I don't think it's sold
Help me,
out.
Rhonda.
So yeah,
Wouldn't
you can
it
go
be
by
nice?
the event
I get
center
around.
and get tickets.
Man, they have all these songs. Anyway, that'll be Sunday.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that up. 7 o'clock here in the Enid Event Center. It's just incredible, some of the entertainment acts that are coming to our community. So, speaking of entertainment, there is a dog in the house that could use some entertainment.
Over with Jomara. We have Tasha, and she is they think a lab, possibly a Great Dane mix.
Kind of looks like
So
a quarter
she's
horse to
gonna
me.
She's gonna be big, but look at how sweet she is. She is very loving and playful. To adopt her, Steve, the fees today are only $15 to $35.
Okay, comes with a tongue like that. Look at that.
Right. How could you say no?
What a cutie. For a big dog, mild-mannered.
Yeah.
So
Just absolutely wonderful.
I may have seen her last week at the Kentucky Derby a couple of weeks ago. She's so pretty and big, like those horses. Look at that look. So how much again?
$15 to $35, and that
Okay.
covers, all the shots and vaccines and everything. So
Jessica, again, thank you for being here. We appreciate the work that you're doing out at Animal Control. 249-4910 is the number to call. And it's dangerous when I have a basketball in my hand, so you take it, 'cause we have to go.
a lot of expensive equipment in here.
Yes, so, well, you gonna say goodbye?
It was great to be here again, Enid. We will see you next week.
Make it a great day. Thank you.